Hey, so in this video I'm going to show you some of the tools you can use to manage your community. So there's quite a few tools out there that you can use to manage any people who are mentioning you on social media or messaging you on social media and so on. One of the tools that I have open right now is called Sendable. Another tool is Hootsuite that a lot of people also use. We used to use Hootsuite as well actually before we moved to Sendable. I don't really mind what tool you use. There's lots of these tools that they're all pretty good in terms of what they can do. But if you want to have someone who looks after your messages and your mentions and things like that, it's usually easier if you use some sort of software to help you do that. So you can use Hootsuite, which is probably one of the biggest ones, or you can also use Sendable, which is another good one too. So we use Sendable at the moment, and basically what you can do is very easily, you can, once you have an account, is you can link all your social media channels. So if you're using Sendable, for example, you can go to services and add your different social media channels, which will in this case be called a service. And then once you log in, it will come up under this section here, under the engage section. And you can just click on any one of your social media channels, such as Twitter, LinkedIn, Google, Instagram, and very easily respond back to people and message people. So if we wanted to message back Ruth, who responded to one of our messages, we can actually click on reply, which will allow us to message her directly, or we can actually click on her profile and we can learn a bit more about what it is that she does. So she's the co-founder of the company of Mums. So we can click on her profile, learn more about her if you wanted to do that as well. So basically, using some sort of software will just help speed up your time. Now, if right now you're not getting a lot of messages and a lot of mentions or anything like that on social media, then maybe using some sort of software might not be the best fit for you right now, because you usually do have to pay monthly for some sort of software to do this for you. So what you might have to actually do instead is just have a look at it manually instead, and you can do this very easily just by logging into your social media channels. And actually what I still do even today is I have all my different social media channels, such as Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn and so on. I have them on my smartphone. So on my iPhone I have the apps for all the social media channels, and then I just check them usually once or twice a day, just to see if there's any messages and then be able to respond back to them. And you can do that really easily just by using your phone, your smartphone, to check what kind of messages you've been getting, what kind of mentions. Something as well to keep in mind is that, let's just go to Twitter to show you an example, is that you might sometimes get random mentions and things like that. So if we go to notifications, you want to just really engage with those that are actually messaging you for real. So if someone, for example, retweets you or likes some of your content that you share out, you don't really need to respond back to them. You also, on Twitter, you'll get a lot of people saying, hey, thanks for following and stuff like that. Most of these, unfortunately, are automated by people, so I don't really respond back to them. But if someone has mentioned something specifically to me, then that's something I would definitely respond back to them. So just things to keep in mind. Don't waste your time responding back to the automated messages, which are usually, if someone says thanks for following, it's usually an automated message. Other than that, you can have a look and respond back to anyone that's sort of engaging with you. So that's some good tips to keep in mind when you're basically managing your social media channels. And in the next video, I'll show you how to see if anyone is sharing your content and what you can do when that happens.